As well as granting us the ability to heal an image and remove undesirable elements, Photoshop also has the potential for altering reality, for moving and replacing objects and changing things in a way that couldn't be done in the camera. For example, we have the white shield here on the far side of the boat. All of the other shields are very colourful, however this one only has this small single stripe of colour. If we decided that we wanted to replace that shield with something more interesting, that is something that Photoshop grants us the ability to do. So to begin with, we need to make our selection. Using the navigator tool, we can zoom in on the image and pick the shield that we want. And I've decided I want to use the orange shield. Choosing any one of my selection tools, in my case I'm going to be using the quick select tool, but any of the others would do, I can then make a selection including only the shield and nothing else. Now the quick select tool's made a rough selection here, but remember from before, you can use the negative selection to remove any areas that shouldn't be there. So we now have a reasonably precise selection of our shield here. You don't have to be too fussy about this, we can fix some of this later. Now we're going to be copying the pixel data, so what we need to do is make sure that our background is selected, because this is what contains the shield that we're looking to copy. So once you've made sure to select your background layer, go Layer, New, Layer via Copy. What this creates is a layer that only consists of the orange shield. We've copied it, which allows us to do with it what we want without affecting the original image. So now that I have my layer, and I'm going to call it Orange Shield, always being sure to label your layers so you don't lose track of them, I'm going to select the Move tool. By selecting the Move tool and clicking and dragging, I am literally moving the shield. So I can click and drag and move the shield until it is on top of the other one. So we could just leave it at that, but it's not a very neat fit. If we compare the orange shield to the shield below it, we'll notice that they're a different shape. Well, what we can do is we can use Photoshop to change the shape of this shield in order to match the one below. So with our shield selected, what we're going to do is we're going to drop the opacity. What this does is it makes the shield partially transparent and allows us to see the shield underneath as well and line the two up. So I'm putting this here at roughly 50%. So I'm lining up the two centers here, and I'm going to use the Edit and Free Transform tool. Free Transform creates this box around the image which we can use for a wide variety of different purposes. We can enlarge the image, we can stretch it, we can change the shape of it, and we can rotate it. If I press the Escape key, it goes back to the original shape. So, Edit, Free Transform. And what I'm looking to do is just to compress the edges of this image until they match the shape and size of the original shield. If I press Enter when I'm done, that saves my changes. And if I bring the opacity back up, we now have a fairly neat overlay. We have a shield on top of another shield that is now the same shape.